Hello everybody. So Bitcoin is spiking at $92,000 as I record this. Remember 2 days ago people were calling for a 60k Bitcoin. Volatility on Bitcoin is alive and well, unlike many were fearing that volatility was going down. No, volatility is not coming down from 78 to 92 in 2 days. The only very unfortunate thing is that the markets are closed on a Sunday. We need markets to be open 24/7. This is beyond annoying that the markets are closed for equity investors like me, right? MSTR is not viable right now. It's closed. We have to wait until tomorrow. Anyways, Bitcoin is up to $92,000. On what? On what? Well, it's up based on this tweet from Donald Trump. And this tweet, by the way, has changed about 10 minutes ago. I'll get to that towards the end of the video. What did I do here? Just a sec. I'll get to that towards the end of the video. This tweet has changed, so Bitcoin's back in. Just a second though. Let me go for my video. This is what is spiking the market. Donald Trump talking about XRP, Solana, and ADA. And of course, if Solana's gonna go up, Bitcoin's gonna go up, right? The Bitcoin market is the crypto market. It's a pie. The whole pie moves together. The whole pie is correlated. So of course, if some of the lower altcoins are going to spike, Bitcoin is going to spike in a much lesser amount, of course, because Bitcoin is up 8%, Solana is up 20%, but that's logical, right? When Bitcoin dropped, it dropped way less than the other coins. The fear and greed index is now 22. It's spiking up, it's going up. There's many versions of that index, by the way. I had seen it much lower 2 days ago, but it's still largely fear. The market is largely fearful. Do you remember Thursday night or Friday morning in Europe when Bitcoin was at 98? I actually bent my rules a little bit and actually bought more than my usual daily amount because I had bought that day already. So I bought MicroStrategy at 229. I was very happy about that buy, sharing it on my Patreon, of course. I was very happy about that, but that was peak fear. Turns out to have been peak fear. I remember clearly when I was putting on those buy that some sites were showing fear and greed index, and by the way, it changes from site to site. Some sites were showing it in the low 10, like in the 12 or 13 on the fear and greed. We are at 22 now, but you may remember that when MicroStrategy was trading under 230 on Twitter, the walls were coming out of their cage saying, oh, it's a Ponzi, oh, it's going to zero, oh, like re-releasing that video from the 2000s, right? Everybody was saying, oh, 60k is next, and then every single overtweet were like, 60k, are you joking? 15k is next. Oh, prediction should not be 0 to 15k, it should be like 0. Anyways, negativity abounded. Bears were celebrating. This is a very unfortunate part of crypto. This is true of all stocks, by the way. This is not just crypto. There's bears, everybody, but folks celebrating the loss of other people. Disgusting in my view, but that's a very tribal nature of crypto. That's the tribal nature of crypto. The stock market is a money-making machine. We can have a positive sum game where everybody wins. There's no need to celebrate the sadness or the loss of other people, but unfortunately for crypto, it's still like that because it's a still largely new and immature market. The point that I'm trying to make of this video is that the volatility is alive and well, and this is going to bode very well for MicroStrategy issuing converts in the coming months. Let's talk a little further about this tweet. So he tweeted XRP, Solana, and ADA. And I agree, Sol is a good asset. I'm partial to Sol. Many of you will say, "Oh, why not ETH?" Right? ETH is better than Sol, and this is kind of a big debate. There's no SUI. Very interesting. If you're gonna go deep dive in the smart contracts platform, you should probably mention SUI. Anyway, it's not a space I follow too closely. The point is, in this version of a tweet, Bitcoiners would have been disappointed. ETH coiners would have been disappointed. My point was going to be that game theory would dictate that Trump should not tweet about the assets he really wants to buy. Now, it turns out game theory was wrong because Trump just tweeted that Bitcoin was included too. He just retweeted an hour later. So Bitcoin is now part of the mix. So anyways, but my intimation that I was going to make in this slide is that of course Bitcoin is in the mix because Trump, there's this video, look it up, type Trump never sell your Bitcoin on YouTube. You will find Trump yelling at a crowd in Nashville in Bitcoin 2024, Trump yelling, "You never sell your Bitcoin." And so, of course, he said never sell your Bitcoin. And said the US will never sell any Bitcoin it currently holds or acquires, hinting at the fact that the US may acquire Bitcoin. Of course, the president's own son, and you gotta assume, dads and sons are close to each other. The president's own son explains why Bitcoin is a better investment than real estate. And Trump, of course, is a real estate guy, so he's well versed to understanding Bitcoin. In my view, he understands rare assets. That's what I think. And of course, Eric Trump also tweeted this when Bitcoin was trending, buy the dips with a little Bitcoin sign, and Saylor, adding on to that, the best advice. So make no mistake, Trump is a Bitcoin family. They are into Bitcoin, and even if Trump may not be the most convinced by Bitcoin and or crypto, his youngest son definitely is, and one of his other younger sons, Eric Trump, definitely is, and every parent, especially at this age, typically listens to their kids. And so to me it makes no doubt that Bitcoin was going to be included, but this was confirmed. This was confirmed in these tweets. So Bitcoin's going to be included. So David Sachs, 10 minutes ago, he said, President Trump has announced a crypto strategic reserve consisting of Bitcoin and over top cryptocurrencies. David Sachs, of course, is the crypto czar, as he's called. And Trump, when I published this video, it was probably 20 minutes ago, but Trump confirmed, obviously, Bitcoin and ETH and other valuable cryptocurrencies will be at the heart of the reserve. I love Bitcoin and Ethereum. My guess is he's going to do like a market cap weighting type stuff, because if you've been down the rabbit hole on the strategic Bitcoin reserve, it's likely that the president cannot choose an asset over another asset. It's likely that if they do a reserve, it has to be everything, and you would market cap weight it, because otherwise it would be the president picking winners and losers. Now, of course, I follow a lot of health stocks. The FDA and Medicare picks winners and losers all the time, but if the president doesn't want to pick winners and losers, if it's market cap weighted, Bitcoin should get the lion's share of the investments. Maxis will be upset over things are in there. I will not be upset. I understand why they have to do it on everything. I wouldn't be surprised to look at a strategic reserve as a whole, not just a strategic reserve. You could see a reserve as a whole that also includes things like land, like oil, like rare earth reserves. This is part of a bigger conversation, in my view, not just a crypto conversation. We of course also have the US government having discussed about owning TikTok and owning ownership in the US version of TikTok. So you could have companies in there. This is more closer to having a strategic reserve a la Norway, kind of like the Norway investment fund, than it is to just buying one asset or another. I think they are going to go at it from a market weight standpoint. And of course, Bitcoin has the biggest weight in the digital asset market. Proxies. Will proxies be on fire tomorrow? I just want to focus on an MSTR because, of course, it's my biggest position in the debasement plays. In my debasement plays, MSTR is my biggest position. It was trading basic ratios, right? So MicroStrategy was trading at 257 when Bitcoin was at 84,000. Bitcoin at 91,000, that would imply a MicroStrategy price of 278. Bitcoin at 95, assuming when you see this video, assuming Bitcoin's back at 95, that would be MicroStrategy a price of 291. That's taking into account the insane price to NAV compressions that we've seen. My guess is that price to NAV will expand again. And if price to NAV expands again, we may see an MSTR back in the low 300s sooner than most think. And I will conclude this video talking about volatility. Volatility is still on fire. Saylor is fostering volatility in his stock because, unlike what I was expecting, what most of us were expecting, it seems like he did not flash the buy tweet this Sunday. So he's not buying. Apparently he's not buying. And so I thought he was buying. Most people thought he was going to buy this week. He's not buying this week. Of course, makes me upset. I wish he had bought. But if you look at it from a volatility standpoint, it's probably a much better thing that we can't predict when he buys and when he doesn't buy, and we can't predict what he tweets and what he does. He remains unpredictable, just like Bitcoin. And what does this do? This increases the volatility of the MicroStrategy common shares. And the more volatile the MicroStrategy common shares are, the more oversubscribed the convertible debt will be. Why? Because in my estimate, about 75% of the people who buy the convertible debt of MicroStrategy do it for gamma trades, for delta neutral strategies. They don't bet on the direction of MSTR. They just harness the volatility, inject the stock in their trading machine. And MicroStrategy is a highly volatile stock, a high octane stock, and it creates a lot of money for these money managers just based on the volatility and not based on the direction of the price action. And so I think that's why he's doing it. At least I'm trying to make sense of what's happening. Anyways, very bullish news for a Sunday. Very happy about that. And unfortunately, we can't buy MicroStrategy because markets are closed because we are stuck in the 19th century or something. Or anyways, it's very annoying. This was not financial advice, not investment advice. This is just entertainment, only entertainment. Please like, please subscribe, follow me on Patreon, follow me on X. Thank you for watching and have a wonderful, wonderful day.